Hello, everyone, and welcome to Neecee Lexy as we go live virtually from around the globe to bring you one of the best talents from artists, business owners, musicians, and all that we have. Today, we have with us our guest today is joining us for the virtual studio. He is the one and only Justin Zing, which is also known for his stage name, Zinga J. He's a South Sudanese Australian-based hip hop artist as well as a rapper, and is known for his hit single, Inangero. And today we'll be discussing his journey as an artist and also his venture as a businessman. Plus, we're going to get an exclusive insight on one of his latest music videos dropping in April. Without further ado, please help us welcome Zinga, the first time to Neecee Lexy. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. God damn, that intro was nice. Hey.
Nice. Welcome to our show. So before we start, I just want to get to our Canadian audience and also some of the audience that we have from around the globe. Who is Zinga? Tell us.
I wish you prepared me for this question, man. Zinga is just an ongoing person at the moment, you know. Zinga is just an energy, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's that relentless energy that just, it's a vibe. Like soon as when he walks into a room, Zinga is still, you know, developing. So Zinga, it's never complete, still ongoing.
Amazing. So how did you come up with that name, Zinga? Like, where did it start from? Is that, how did you come up with that stage name? Tell us the story.
Oh, man. I wish I'm good at telling stories, but yeah, Zinga, that name is my surname. Because my first name is Justin Zinga.
Mm-hmm.
I mean Justin, and then Zinga is my surname. And then all of a sudden, when we first came to Australia, went to school over here, obviously. Soon as when I had to introduce myself that, oh, my name is Justin Zinga. All the kids back then, they're like, Zinga? Some of them laughed. They're like, Zinga Burger! So from there, every time when the teacher will be doing the attendance, they'll be like, oh, Zinga J. Huh? And then I'm like, what? Oh, and then I'm like, oh yeah, it's me. I keep forgetting because, you know, with the school attendance, they actually call the first name last.
Yeah.
The last name first. So therefore I'm like, that's actually a nice name, you know? It just grew up onto me. Like, I came up with other musical stage names and all that stuff, but none of them actually fitted me, just like my name, Zinga J, you know? So from there, I'm like, you know, this actually sticks. And when people say it, it actually sounds nice. I like it. So that's how I came up with the stage name, Zinga J. Oh, yeah.
It is. So, Zinga, we wanted to know, basically, obviously, you've been singing and rapping for almost over a decade. How did you get into the whole music industry?
Man, that was a journey. Like, this starts way back in Africa. Like, you know, I don't know if you lived in a village where there's those campfires now and then, you know, and then back at home I used to play I made a flute out of pie thingy leaves, out of the purple leaves, and then from there, you know, you cut holes, and then here you are, I was just, you know, playing it during the campfire and whatnot, and then from there, my father was like, hey, you know, how about you try and sing this? You know, how about try singing? I'm like, all right, give it a try. He taught me some few. Trust me, I sounded so horrible that even the neighbors next door so closed down. They all moved away. But yeah, singing began a long time ago for me. Like when I came to Australia, all of a sudden I started listening to those of Michael Jackson. I wanted to sing like him, but damn, that guy can hit high pitches, man. That guy can hit high pitches. I tried, like I said, I got handed a letter just saying that please stick to your day job. Whatever it's gonna be, don't sing. But yeah, from there I just pushed myself singing until I got that voice. From singing, all of a sudden I was winning school contests and all that stuff. And then from there, all of a sudden, when puberty hits in, that singing was laughed. So started listening to major artists, those of DMX, Tupac, Eminem, but then Tupac caught my attention in delivering lyrics. I'm like, this guy, for him, he was storytelling, always something consistent that is connected to someone else's lifestyle, whether you're a thug or whether you're just a normal person or whether you're filthy rich or you're struggling. He actually captured each and every single story in all his content. So from there, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna switch into rapping.
Okay.
So got into rapping. All of a sudden, after school, here I am, bumping and grinding with my homeboys and whatnot. We're just, hitting the vibes. So one time, I told my homeboys, which is my cousins and my friends, I'm like, one day I'm actually gonna record my voice onto a CD. That was a dream back then. Hey, Africans, the way they laughed. They're like, listen, this is good fun. Let's just leave it to this. You talking about CD? I'm like, honestly, I'll actually do it one day. I'll do it. And then shortly down the track, I met a few friends on the bus. They're like, oh yeah, we're going to the studio. Have you heard our new song? I'm like, what song? No, I didn't. They played it to me, one of those days of infrared Bluetooth.
Yeah.
And then I'm like, yeah. I'm like, this is good. And then I'm like, what do you guys record? They're like, oh, we're going to the studio right now. And then I'm like, oh, wait, I gotta be home at this time. But, oh, well, this is music. I want to go. So I went to the studio with them. I saw the way they were, killing music, enjoying it. From there, I'm like, oh, okay. So I got the producer's number, and then I'm like, are you able to put my voice on the CD? He's like, I can put your voice onto everything. I'm like, yeah, but I want the CD. So from there, I started writing songs from there. I was writing songs and whatnot. As soon as when I finished writing one song, I went to the studio by myself just to try. I do not want, I don't want the homeboys laughing at me when I'm on the set. So when I recorded my first song onto CD, I came to my homeboys, my friends, my cousins, my homeboys. I'm like, look at this. This is a CD with my name on it. So they're like, no, yeah, you can write your name on anything nowadays. You know that. And then I'm, no, but I'm inside the CD, my voice. So when I played it to them, they're like, whoa. I'm like, oh, yeah, now, remember I told you? So that was the journey of me getting into the music industry.
Oh wow, it's super amazing to see, like, just from you creating your own musical instrument and then getting encouraged to like sing and finally like finding your journey through like the whole thing. It's I know you try to make it really funny, but it's just a lot of inspirational behind it. I love it. Because I can actually resonate with you a little bit. Growing up when I was in high school, because everybody was trying to sing. I don't know what it is, but all teenagers think that they all want to be Beyonce's or like the Bow Wows and the Little Romeo. I have a SoundCloud. I'm one of them. So I have a SoundCloud account that I've refused to share.
I was gonna say, what is it? Even the viewers want to know. But tell her to put it up.
But that just goes to show, you know, singing was always like something fun to do, but I don't have the singing gene. As far as I went with singing is just being in a choir in church, and that was it.
Hey, at least well, I sang at church one time.
I can hit a note, you know, when I'm having my own private moment, I can hit a note, but that's I am my own Beyonce. Yeah, but it's amazing to see, like, you know, just kind of like your journey where you grow up and how like over the years you're able to not only put your name on the CD, but actually make music videos and capturing a lot of great things. And speaking of music video, you also launched one of your hit single, Inangero, which is like one of your most viewed video you have on YouTube. Can you tell us about how did you come about that song and what was the inspiration?
Well, that song actually, to be honest, like, oof. Coming up with that song, like, I was getting out of a relationship when I wrote that song.
Artist.
Man, I'll be honest with you. Being a musician is the most impossible thing ever. But you gotta sacrifice. But anyways, so I was getting out of a relationship, and then from there, my whole time when you know, me going through that phase of getting heartbroken, if that's even if I had a heart, but yeah, I know, right? So yeah, so all of a sudden I was getting out of a relationship, and it was hurting me. You know, every morning you wake up, and then you feel empty, and then sometimes at night you can't sleep, and then it just gives you that, you know, little reflection about the whole time you were in a relationship. It's like what was that noise that just kept on reminding you, and then I'm like, oh, you know, the whole time I was in that relationship, the reason why things wasn't going the way it was supposed to be is because she was fully ready to get married, you know, and committed. And yet here I am, I'm just trying to find my way into finance and everything else, you know. Of course, for us men, we think about financing first before the whole entire relationship. We'll be dating, yeah, hi, hey, yeah. But then as soon as when a woman is fully connected to you, you're like, okay, now I gotta get my stuff together, you know. So as soon as when I got out of that relationship where she constantly would give me hints and this and that, and then I'm like, yeah, it will happen. Just give me time, you know. Reason with me, give me time. We'll get there. But then soon as when I thought that we were about to get there, we got into the wrong ends.
Oh.
You know, for me, for her, all of a sudden, yeah, from there, I'm like, okay. My friend was like, Zinga, I know you're the best rapper. I mean, best lyric musician rapper so far in Australia. To his point of view, I'm like, in Australia, oh my God. How come I haven't won an award, nigga?
Sometime soon.
So yeah, so he's like, how about you try something in your language? If you can write songs in English and people are connecting with it, why don't you write one in your language? And then I'm like, actually, to be honest, that's a good idea. Because that was a whole challenge. I could speak the language and the language was already fading. And then I'm like, let me see, let me actually try writing music in our language. Mm-hmm. So all of a sudden, introduced me to a nice, good beat, Here I am, I'm like, this is nice. And then it's like, all right, don't write anything in English. Write it in your language. And then I'm like, I can't even spell my name in my language. What you on about? So as a musician, you know how it is. Sometimes for us, we have to get the vibe. We have to get the alcohol into the system. So as soon as for me, I had a few shots, and then I'm like, okay, now the language is coming back, is reloading, is buffering. So this guy, I thought that he was joking around. He goes and switches the studio on. Mm-hmm. So and then from there, the beat came in, doof, doof, and then I'm like, Inangero, Mindi Yema. So therefore, it's like what I just said in English. This girl wants to get married. It's like that's fire. just like just like that movie NWA. How they started. Yeah. Just one little kicks off. So from there, all of a sudden, lyrics kept on coming onto my brain in English, and then here I am in English. I'm trying to convert it into my language. Words in English are direct. Words in thinking from English to our language is back to front. Now you could see the challenge that I was facing. So I'll drop 3 lines and then I'm like, pause. Hold on.
Break the rewire.
Click record. Another line. And then I'm like, pause. Click record. I feel sorry for that homeboy. I think his fingers ended up having 6 packs through it.
How many hours did you guys stay there?
Actually, we took 24 hours.
Oh, wow.
Yes. To that extent where even towards the end of the song, I'm like, I don't even know what else to add. He's like, I think we're done then. I'm like, oh yeah. And then therefore he's like, have you realized that the Hennessy bottle is empty? And then I'm like, no wonder. So from there, he's like, you know what? Actually, let's actually see. Let's listen to it. And then he's like, sing with the, just keep practicing, sing it through. At least we gotta get 2 nice, good, straight thingy hooks all through it, non-stop. Hey, non-stop, he said. I was running out of air. So here we are. I'm like, in my language. I'm trying to even breathe at the same time, but I still gotta keep it steady.
Yeah.
So after doing the first take, it was good. Second take, it became better. Third take, it was great. 5th, 6th, man, we were just jamming to it. So from there, all of a sudden, it's like, I think we're good. We're done. This is nice. This is nice. Wow. So and then we ended up listening to that song 24 hours more as well on top of that.
Wow.
I know, right? So 48 hours, that song was fully done. All the backups and all that stuff. But yeah, that song was one of the reasons why I actually started even loving music more. Because before that, I released the thingy just about midnight. It was in English. I don't know if you've seen that one, but yeah.
Yeah.
And then when I dropped the cultural song, the Kakwa, from there, the thingy, that friend of mine was like, are you just gonna release a single or you're gonna release an album? And if it's a single, okay. But if it's an album, what are you gonna call it? And then I'm like, started, it had me thinking. All the Africans in pretty much this whole entire planet, each and every single, all of them has their own tribe, their own tribal music. Damn. Sorry, that motorbike, that person doesn't want to live anymore.
They want to be organ donor, but it's okay.
Yeah, I reckon. Surprisingly, all my organs are okay, so he can't really give much to me. So yeah. So from there, I'm like, you know what? Actually, yeah, I felt, for me, I'm like, a lot of people don't even know where I'm from. Most people thought that I was Nigerian. Most people thought that I was West African, South African, even Zimbabwean. I'm like, wait, nigga. No, it's not like that. So yeah, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm actually gonna create an album. I'm gonna call it The Taste of Kakwa. So by that, it means that the taste of Kakwa means have a taste of my tribe. Get to hear music from our side, And then from there, all of a sudden, one thing I found myself on YouTube searching up Kakwa music. I could not find a single one except for gospel music.
Me too.
Man, I swear, our people love God too much. They love God too much that we even forgot about it.
They gotta take it to Jesus, straight up.
Even Jesus knows Kakwa more than we do. So from there, all of a sudden, so instead of me releasing that song straight away, I'm like, I held on to it. I'm like, okay, so if I'm gonna get back into the music scene all over again, how am I gonna come in? Like, it had me thinking. I'm like, I just can't release a nice good audio like that and then just leave it like that.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, I'm like, all right, fine. I'll release the audio 6 months in a prior before I shoot the music video. Let people just say, listen to it just for a bit. So from there, all of a sudden, people were listening to it, and then I hit up my director. I sent him the song. He's like, "Hey, this is the song that I've been waiting for." Hey, I swear to God, he's been waiting for so long that.
Well, yeah, so thank you so much for sharing some of the music, what's it called, your journey and things like that, and also like just kind of giving us a background, a story for Inangero. It's a lovely story. A lot of times you guys do take your personal experience and emotion and then kind of turn it into lyrics and produce a hit record. And that's what I always say, like, as an artist, you would make money out of your pain because you guys know how to flip it and make a good thing out of it. So yeah. I love seeing that story, just kind of, making a hit out of a painful experience is kind of also therapeutic for you because you're able to kind of like finally understand the reasons and things like that. So, and get to also share it with the world so people can actually connect with it. The other thing I wanted to know, obviously your music video, compared to where you were and then the one recently you have lunch, it's very amazing. There's a lot of like quality to it, which kind of also the reason why I actually invited you to this meeting is just because of the quality and the concept of it. It was something different and refreshing. So congratulations on some of these masterpieces, and I know you're coming with a new one, so can you give us a little sneak peek of what we can hope with your new record?
Oh, all right then. Well, the last two songs were pretty much the Inangero was in fully my language, Kakwa.
Yeah.
Well, I think you're even familiar with it. You're part of it too, anyways. Yeah. Part of the culture.
Yes.
Yeah. And then the thing is, Ajonye, that's the latest one at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So because people complain, they're like, "Oh, the song is good, but what are you saying? We don't understand the language." And then therefore I'm like, in my head, okay, Okay, when Diamond is singing in Swahili, did you ask him for the lyrics? Did you ask him for the meaning? No, but he's famous. He's out there. Well, am I not famous? Am I not out there? So, but and then therefore for engineer, I had to write it half in my language and half in English. So I kept it 50-50.
Yeah.
You know, and then therefore, when we were shooting it, I mean, before we started shooting the music video, people, because most Africans, they're just trapped into, oh, you're singing about this girl, so all of a sudden this is the concept that it has to be about it. You know? So it's like if I'm singing about you, I gotta be singing about you, how we're living our life like every single day, you know. But then there for thinking for engineer, I'm like, no, actually, you know what? I wanted something different. I want a storyline. Like I actually wanted to change that whole entire African formality where when you're sitting underneath a tree, oh, I shoot my music video, and then therefore, oh yeah, I'm at the pub, shoot my music video. Oh yeah, we're watching TV. Take this shot quick. Yeah. I wanted. Oh, we're at the beach. Oh yeah, take this. We're about to be romantic. I wanted to take that formality away. I just wanted to bring, Bonnie and Clyde.
So you have a storyline that you're actually trying to tell with the music right now.
Yeah. So therefore, I'm like, you know what? Actually, I want the girl to be bad, and then I am good. I am assisting her on her being her. What she's normally good at is good at being bad. If she's about to do something, and then I ask her, what tool or what weapon would you like?
So you're like a ride or die.
Yeah, there you go. Damn, you actually caught up with it pretty quick. Because a lot of people would watch it, they're like, no, but it doesn't suit the song. And then I'm like, whoa, hold on. It doesn't suit the song because you guys, I just broke the other rhythm out of you guys. And now this one does not seem normal. You know what I mean? And then from there, it's like they gotta watch it 10 times before they can grow into it. Nice. So, and then the new one, because I was writing love songs. Can you believe that? I don't even know how I found myself writing love songs.
You got a taste of it, so that's why now you know about it.
Just of the empty chest.
They said experience is your best teacher, so.
True. I can't disagree with you. So the latest one that I'm about to drop is called More Liquor. And this song pretty much it describes me. I'm not liquor, but anyways, the character that I play in this song is how people normally every day see me, Yeah, I'm seen as a bad boy, as a player. Hey, apparently these eyes.
Wondering.
Apparently I have problem. I can't even say the word anymore because they use so many words on me to that extent where it's like, yeah. Anyways, the song itself, it just describes how people look at me, my personality, All of a sudden it's like I can't have anything good for myself, without somebody spoiling it for me.
So it's like they portray you in a different character than who you are, right?
Yeah, than who I am. There you go. So like, for example, if there's been a moment that I actually, throughout high school, I never drank until I finished high school. Yeah. And then when I started drinking, I'll drink once in 3 months. Yeah. But and then every time when that time comes for me drinking, people are always thinking that I've been always drinking.
You go beyond your limit?
Not that I go beyond my limit. I'm always caught in the act. The times that I'm not drinking, nobody's there to watch me doing what I'm doing. And then when I actually stop doing what I'm doing, I just want to have a drink. It's like all eyes on me. So from there, not only that, and then every time when I'm in a relationship, everybody's kind of, yeah, they're like, oh my God, your girl is beautiful, this and that and whatnot. And then soon as when I'm just actually chilling out with a few friends and whatnot, they're like, oh, so you're here cheating, huh?
Damn.
Okay. Oh, okay. You do know that we're just friends, yeah? No. African mentality. No. A girl and a guy cannot be friends. Wallahi. All right, fine. We're not friends. You think what you wanna think, you know? So from there, it just made me actually, all the assumptions, made me write a song that actually basically describes me in their point of view, you know? So this song is not in Kakwa, this song is in English.
You basically about to give a hit for them.
Oh, it's gonna be a shockwave. Because in that song, I get to play the character that they're always trying to prove out there to someone else that, oh yeah, wait, look at him. And then as soon as when somebody looks, no, I'm innocent. But now, as soon as when they say, look at him, I told you so. I'm gonna be that person that they're like, oh yeah, he is. Oh my! This whole time I have been blind.
I love how you you like finally able to be like, okay, you know what, you guys need that bad boy look, you guys need all of these, I'm gonna make a character out of it and produce a song to just basically explain it. Even, I don't know, maybe you exaggerating that character itself.
No, I'm not exaggerating. I'm just gonna give them that character.
Which is good. So take us back to you. I know you said initially that when you first started your music journey, it's like you created your own instrument and your dad encouraged you to sing. And then you also got influenced by Tupac and by his lyric style and things like that. But with your current music that you're doing, is there any international artists or artists that within Australia that you're currently collaborating with that we can hope to see in one of your records?
Yeah. Well, there's the same guy who actually recorded that Inangero song.
Mm-hmm.
Him and I we're definitely gonna be in that song together. This guy and I, we were the biggest names, I think, in Australia so far.
Mm-hmm.
We were the biggest names, like, oh, he's like this, he's like that, he's this and that, and this and that. All of a sudden, we came in. How do you say that? We finally meet ourselves in our own presence of peace. You know, all of a sudden we're in peace with ourselves. We were like, you know what? Actually, we might as well just be what everybody else expected. Because there's no point. We're trying to be ourselves out here. People are pushing us to being a different character that it does not, match our appearances. But then therefore, if we're doing what matches their point of view, all of a sudden it keeps them quiet. So when I rolled up to this friend of mine, this thing here, musician. After I think recording that song, I'm like, you know what? I actually wanna record a song called More Liquor. It's like, okay, like what's your concept? And then I'm like, This song is all about liquor bringing relationship into place. Consent relationships.
Okay.
So it's like, okay, so who am I to play? Like, what character am I playing? And then I'm like, you're gonna be the evil, innocent victim, and I'm just gonna be Lucifer in a song. So, so it's like one of the church choirs in a thing in the vocals, like on a hook, and
Yeah.
then therefore I just come through raw with everything, just straight, putting it into place, So E Prince, well, I think he changed his name from E Prince to Daddy Prince. I think a musician nowadays you can't keep up with their names. You can't.
I'm loving this interview.
I swear to God, like I've got all my friends are musicians.
Yeah.
Every single day I call them, and then I'm like, "Do you still have the same name?" Just to update myself. Hey, they changed the names like.
You guys change name like credit cards?
I think credit card is a little bit too slow. It takes too long to actually, they change name like they change underwear or socks.
That's crazy. So with all this music and the ones you guys are coming up, obviously, you also sing in your own language, which means you live in Australia, but you dedicate a lot of your song to people in East Africa. So how are you currently marketing that music to make sure that it's reaching those individuals and they be able to also kind of resonate with it?
That takes me back to the Taste of Kakwa album. Now this is the real journey that I'm currently right now facing. The current, like, the that question is so nice that it actually just gave me all the shimmers through my whole entire veins. Right now, like, I think us musicians in the Western world, the upcoming ones have been barred from our songs getting played at the radio stations back home. I got in touch with a radio presenter advance. They're like, I told him, yo, I'm a musician. Can you please play my record on your thingy, on your radio station? He's like, yeah, send me everything. I send him everything. And then from there, he's like, he's gonna have to go talk to, I don't know, the managers or the bosses or something. And then from there, he told me that, there's a fee that you have to pay. And then I'm like, all right, how much is the fee? Because I already spent enough money to make the song. Just tell me the fee, let me pay. So from there, I'm like, yeah, how much was the fee? This guy went MIA. Fine. From there, when I dropped the second song, I'm like, oh, are you able to play? He's like, yeah. And then he's like, I have to get you onto the list. And then from there, soon as when he said the list, I'm like, all right. And then he's like, oh, there's a fee. And then I'm like, I remember you told me this. So how much is the fee? And how do I pay? From there, this guy went MIA. And then from there, I think one of another few musicians here as well. They try to get played on the radio. Therefore, all of a sudden, another artist back home went and paid the radio station not to play their tune.
What?
This is something that is happening right now and ongoing.
So somebody will pay for your things not to get played.
There you go. Somebody will be like, you know what? Don't play this stuff. We'll pay you, don't play this stuff. It's like as if they want to promote their local artists to that extent. where it's only there, you know, just locally for them. But then at the same time, all right, if you guys are gonna do that, where's our fair go? Like for example, for me, as you can see on my quality, you even mentioned it. You know, I'm like, you know what? Fine. If they're not gonna play my stuff on radio station and whatnot, it's okay. Let me just go all out, quality, everything right there, and then from there, right now I'm trying to even find myself a promoter. You know.
So with the, I know you're already on YouTube Vivo, which is basically like one of the biggest platform you can be as an artist, being on YouTube. And then how are you utilizing social media to help you leverage and promote your brand? Because social media is big. Sometimes you don't even need to be played in the radio. You can still grow in social media to have more audience to capture for your demand.
Yeah, well, you're right about that. But and then all of a sudden, we've been always on social media to that extent. You know what I mean? Now, for me, I use social media to that extent where not long ago, just few promoters who came across my content, they're like, whoa, like, why are you not playing on our radio stations or anything? And then I'm like, do you know how hard? Do you know how hard I've been trying to get that to get play? You know, only just two of them were like, you know what? Just send me a little bit of dollars for me to get data and whatnot. I'll push you through. You know, I'm like, all right, you know what? Actually, let me do it. I thought that these guys were just gonna, you know, rip me off and whatnot. All of a sudden, boom, found myself playing on few TV stations, only TV stations at the moment. Now radio station is next, you know, but I don't like I don't like the behaviors that some other artists back there will be doing. It's like as if they feel like the competition is on, but it's not about that. You know, it's not about that. Like for me, I got into writing music because it's the only place that I can be in peace. I can relate to you. I can relate to your friend. I can relate to your mom. I can relate to your daddy's story. Everybody else's story as an artist. That's how a country or nation is built. You know, everybody plays their own part.
That's for sure. That's for sure. And I do see, like, you know, there is more potential for the music to also be like played. I know right now a lot of artists that have recorded the track like way back in the days, but because during the COVID, people are now finally able to utilize those audio track, like creating like TikTok challenges, creating social media challenges. And I see those kind of concepts, they actually blow some artists' record, and they end up even capturing a huge amount of followers because of that TikTok content. So this is something maybe you can also add it to your thing.
I only just knew how to use TikTok like 3 days ago.
You know, the young generations like.
I actually thank COVID because it gave me the power to actually move my content around.
Yeah.
You know, when COVID was on, because I knew that nobody's not gonna be doing anything. You can't go anywhere. So I kept on blowing up Facebook. I kept on putting my content over and over again. And since I was so bored, I inboxed everybody singly. Yeah, I'll be sitting on a toilet seat for a minute. I'm like, click. Wait, have I sent it to you? And then one person wanted to reply, I've seen this music video 10 times already. I'm like, bro, just enjoy your COVID. Watch it again.
Oh my God. You're like a mastermind for that.
And then TikTok, you know, sometimes because I've got too many crazy ideas in my head to that extent where music, I can't even put it into music anymore because it's still too much, you know. So, soon as when I got a thingy, I was watching a video on Facebook, but it was recorded from TikTok. You know, this guy was just being so stupid. I'm like, wow, wow. People in this planet are really bored. Let me catch up to them too. Well, yeah, I do have TikTok. I did utilize TikTok to that extent, where I'm like, oh, you know what? If I upload another one more music thingy, one more video on TikTok, somebody will die of laughter.
I feel like you need to bring in your personality in those TikTok video. It's gonna be a pure entertainment, but it's also gonna be enjoyable, and so people will love that. Yeah.
Hey,
Another.
like I said, you can go follow me on TikTok. If you find yourself without having teeth from laughing so hard that they fall off, don't sue me.
For real. So, I also wanted to ask you. So, being an artist, what would you say is one of your most memorable moment? That's like so far you're like, wow, I actually did that. It's used my work.
Oh yeah. No, there was a song that I actually wrote, I think 10 years ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that song, when I wrote that song, the song is called "Even Though Life Is Hard," and I use I think Papa Fighters, I think instrumental.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the instrumental is so nice, but yeah, the instrumental was so nice. He was talking about his unborn child, and the woman having to do an abortion. But anyways, I use that instrumental to actually explain my lifestyle, you know. So it's like when I wrote the song, "Even Though Life Is Hard," it's like whatever was happening in my head, in my mind, because I was hitting that stage where a boy growing into a man, you know, the mentality changes. You know, it changes.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just like a woman. I mean, just like a girl becoming a woman, mentality changes. You know. Therefore, that song, I went so deeply into the lyrics that it was so deep that it was deep to that extent where it's like as if it's like as if I was buried alive writing about myself in this planet
Yeah.
amongst billions of people, and nobody seemed to never cared of who I was or what I was going through,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So I wrote that song in those dark times where even although you're walking in on a red carpet, but inside you you're still dark. Something is still bothering you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So when I wrote that song, "Even Though Life Is Hard," you know, I went and I shot the music video by myself, you know, with these hands. I edited by myself as well. Hey. So therefore, one morning I uploaded a song. The song started going just boom out there, you know. Now it started going so viral that I didn't even know that people would actually want to listen to me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And then yet from there, I ended up getting an email from someone who was so close from committing suicide,
Oh wow.
you know. This person's like, "Oh my God, Zinga, I swear to God, I was about to commit suicide. Like, as I'm writing this right now to you,
Mm-hmm.
this song has touched me in so many understanding of life. That
Yeah.
extends where I actually couldn't. I was actually blinded. You know. You know, it's like it's like for me, I felt like when they were writing that email, they would the tears were just dropping. It were just dropping onto the phone screens or onto the buttons. Like that was the most memorable, music journey experience that I actually finally ended up taking myself serious. Like I was just writing about myself. I wanted to die by myself. So give me the gun. I'm a teenager who's messed up. My life is on run. That's one of the lines. So when they said that they wanted to commit suicide because nobody understood how they felt, everybody just wants to come into their life, take. They don't want to give, and then me, like I said, me and blowing up people's social media, sit on a toilet seat for 2 hours. Send. Wait, did I send it to you? Yeah, 19 times. Send. Yeah.
But you didn't know that when you were doing that, you were actually going to impact somebody's life, that actually saving somebody's life. Yeah.
I didn't know. I literally didn't know. From that first person, I'm like, wow. And then from there, all of a sudden, emails started running through. Hey, for me, back then, sometimes I thought that it was just a spam. But these are serious people actually writing emails back. They're writing emails back. They're like, wow, this song is so beautiful. I listen to it before I go to sleep. I listen to it on my way to work. I listen to it whenever I can when I have freedom to listen to, I listen to it. So therefore, that song was just going to be my first and the last song, But everybody else just kept on replying, kept on. And then from there, like, I impacted so many people that wherever I go, everybody knows. They're like, yeah, Zinga, that's what's up. Yo. For me, I'm like, nah, man. Yeah, yeah. But and then when I'm alone by myself, nobody knows how I feel, So when I wrote that song changed a lot of people's lives. And then from there, all of a sudden, mainly teenagers nowadays, if we don't pay attention to them, a lot of stuff are just happening, So from there, all of a sudden, I started using music as a power tool to just cut through each and every single person's emotions,
That's
Yeah.
That's so true.
Yeah.
I actually do believe that music is like a therapy tool. Whether you want to feel good, you want to feel sad, you want a gospel, music is just there to, help you get through a lot of things. And even like whether it's a breakup, a makeup, whatever it is, there is song.
Yeah. Wow. You sound like a musician yourself. Breakup, makeup. Like I said, I like your makeup.
So I'm able to, and it's very powerful to, like one single song can actually like save a life. And then you having to, see the value of your talent and then kind of use it to impact even more people. That's actually such a beautiful thing because not a lot of musicians are able to get to that kind of magnitude of impacting somebody. So for you to find that very early on, it gives you like sense of like, awareness that, it's your music is powerful. So you just continue what you're doing, and there's more people, more fans out there that will want to hear your voice, regardless of whether another radio doesn't want to show you. There is people in different platforms that will be able to kind of tune in. And I love the fact that you send me one of your songs, and I was like, wait, this is something different.
I know, I was on the toilet too.
And then I was like, what? This is unique. And so I had to have you on here.
I'm like, you're gonna get it. She's gonna get
it. Yeah. So I wanted to thank you so much for coming here today. It was such a love.
Are we wrapping it up?
No. We're not wrapping it up. It was lovely kind of hearing about your career in the music journey and things like that.
Oh, yeah.
But I also wanted to know, apart from music, what else do you do?
Well, well. Next question. See ya. No. Apart from music, I'm into business. Like, yeah, I'm into business. I love business. You know, I really love business because I think I love business to that extent where that I realized that my whole body is a business.
Okay.
You know,
I'm getting that vibe.
Yeah, like my whole body is a business. Like, oh, now I know why they say that your body is a temple. No, but my body is a business. So yeah.
My body is a business. That should be in a T-shirt.
I reckon you'll be the best-selling business. I mean, the T-shirt in the business.
So, for any young male, whether it's in Australia, Canada, or even anywhere in the world that would love to get into the business, what advice do you have for them to become like their own bosses and things like that?
Just do it.
Simple as that.
Simple as that. Honestly, just do it. Because this is the thing, my thing is the last boss that was my boss.
Mm-hmm.
He really made me get into business. Like, when you're working for someone, they'll be on your neck all the time, on your ears 24/7, and that gets so irritating. You know what I mean? And then to make it even worse about most of them is that they know that you know what you're doing, but and then yet they still wanna degrade your values. They wanna make you small, simple, small. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why they do that, so you can just become like a slave into their system. You know what I mean? Like, they'll make you feel like every single day of your life, without them, you will not, without them, you'll be homeless. Without them, you will not be able to feed yourself. Without them, you will not be able to strive. Without them, it's all about them.
Mm-hmm.
As a young person, some of us cannot take much from people. We just can't take much from people.
Mm-hmm.
And those people happen to be me. I just happen to be that person who's everybody else are in the classroom. I'm out there kicking a ball on a window, asking someone to come and play with me. I'm bored. And everybody's like, no, we gotta listen to the teacher. The teacher knows what's good for us. But and then the teacher at the same time is a boss as well. So bosses and teachers are there for your lessons, for your lessons to what you want. Who are you to them? Or who are you without them? So who am I without them? I am a walking business. They need me much as I need them.
Mm-hmm.
I can provide services that they need. And in order for me to give them that service, they gotta pay me.
Yeah.
So anyone who's trying to pursue business or get into their own business, just do it. Most of us, we overthink things. We think that, all right, we gotta have multi-million-dollar in our account. We gotta have this much. Trust me. When my boss and I, we had a massive, I don't even know how to say it, massive fight, like a breakup,
Argument?
pretty much. Arguing, yeah. All of a sudden, it's like, when we actually had that argument, he's like, you know what? If you don't like the way I run my show, you can. Am I allowed to swear? Oh yeah. Oh, well, you can rock off. That was the most smallest thing that I can find. And then I'm like, you know what? Fine. You can rock yourself and your business. So this guy, yeah, this guy started telling the other fellas, he's like, watch, he's gonna struggle. Less than 3 days, he'll call me and come back crawling. You know? And then here I am. As soon as when I quit, I walked away. I was in my car. No, I wasn't crying. So I'm like, okay. So what from here? So where do I go? And then all of a sudden I'm like, my whole life I've been learning.
Mhm.
Now I go to this stage. Not the stage with me with microphone and then me performing and you guys watching. No, to this page. Let's just flick over. Yeah. To this stage. I mean to this page. Yeah, well, actually stage and yeah. Anyways.
To this stage, like,
Yeah, to this page where I'm like, okay, I gotta start writing my own journey, writing my own future. You know, I've got blank pages. I gotta fill it up. I gotta start writing how my life is gonna turn out. You know, and to make it even better, like the life skills that I've learned from people's skills, like talking to someone like you and I. The way we even started talking is like it's like as if we knew each other for a long time. But and then it's all about vibing with the people who can actually, you know, who can actually bring value to your life.
yeah.
People who don't bring value to your life, they'll always stick by you like a leech. They want to suck everything out of you before they can move on to the next body. Choose, you know, suck all the blood out of them. But so yeah, so from there, all of a sudden, here I am. Ever since then, I've been making enough money to that extent where I can choose when to work, when not to work, how to work, how not to work, how to tell someone, do this, do that, do this, do that. It's a lot more easier than actually you feeling like every single morning you gotta roll out of bed because you have to.
Can I ask you a question though? So, because you had a bad boss, and now that you're your own business owner, obviously you're hiring people to work for you. How is your leadership different than what you had with your boss, with the employee?
Uh with this one, how was it different? Is because all of a sudden, because for me, just when I was in that when I was working with him, I'm like consistently it's like what I'm doing, I'm already doing, but I'm reminded to be doing it. You know, I already know what I already know what I gotta do. How I'm gonna do it is up to me. But and then therefore, you're given time. You know. So all of a sudden, since I already hired, huh?
You don't like micromanage like people on your face all the time, like
Yeah.
like a hog.
So therefore, I'm like, you know what? In order for me to actually lead my business to my fullest expectation or extent, that I'll be a good leader one day. I'm not saying that I'm a good leader right now, but one day, as soon as when we rock up to the job site, I'm like, all right, you do all of this you do whatever it is that you can today to that extent where when you don't have anything else, you can come and assist me with this and that and whatnot. You know. So from there, like from there, all of a sudden, I gave them that freedom that if they want the job, they gotta get it done. If they don't want the job, it's up to them. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So from there, it's like they feel like all of a sudden, oh my God, I've got this freedom. I can actually either be on my phone or get all of this stuff done first, and then whatever freedom that I've got, that's on me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So to that extent, where I think I hired few people, only few started managing my business better than me, because they're like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna have to. It's like they understood that I don't like getting told what to do, but I want to do everything as quick as quick as I can or soon as I can, and then from there, I would want to just learn the next step. Like,
Mm-hmm.
what can I do? Can I jump on a line with you? Like, what else? Like, there's nothing else. I'm bored. You know what I mean? As soon as when I think a few of them pick that skill up, all of a sudden, here we are. We're even laughing. Sometimes we get to the job site, we stand around for 10 minutes having a laugh. After that, all right, clap your hands, boys. We gotta get to work. You know?
I love that. I love how you're able to create a work culture that is people enjoy it, and kind of
Yeah.
like learning from your own experience. Be like, okay, you know what? You don't want people to feel the same way you felt, so you're giving them like a positive work experience. So with everything that you mentioned regarding your business and your music, where can people find you online and kind of support you or even purchase your music?
Well, anyways, online.
Where
I
can we
am so
find your music?
all technology, but anyways, uh online. Well, I've got my music page, Zinga J
Mhm.
Entertainment, which you forgot to always tag me on.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. So, and then my music is definitely on just YouTube. And the business that I do is just construction, so that's not even online.
No worries. So, Zinga, I wanted to say thank you so much for coming in here. I know you're a busy boss with all the music, the business that you're basically running. It was a pleasure getting to know you and getting to, getting a lot of wisdom from you. I feel like a lot of young artists or even young people that are watching you, they'll be able to resonate with your story and then kind of like, build their own backbone. It was a pleasure meeting you. And for those who wanted to get
Oh,
in Zinga,
yeah. Uh-huh.
make sure you check
Sorry
out.
to cut you short.
You can go
Sorry
ahead.
to cut you short.
Yeah.
Sorry to cut you short, but this is one thing for upcoming artists, musicians, and whatnot. Honestly, the best thing I'll tell you guys is that don't worry about the support right now. Don't worry about the support,
Mhm.
because if you're not consistent, nobody's gonna support you. So don't be trying to force no support from anybody. You just be consistent. You push yourself to that extent. And if music really actually does matter a lot to you, music is like an identity, you know? So it depends on your quality of your identity. If you actually just wanna just be famous and just get the popularity, then you pay, you pay you pay cheap penny for your identity because that's what you want. But and then if you actually want to be a musician that is respected, you gotta spend for the quality. You know, spend enough for the quality and be consistent. Don't be asking where is the support. Support ain't gonna be there. You know, most musicians that get it wrong. They're like, oh, they don't support me. There's not enough support in my, in my culture. There's no support in my people. No, the support will come after. You know. People want to support something that is consistent. Nobody wants to support something that, oh, they feel like, yeah, you know what? His last music video was bad. The other one was even worse. The other one was even worse. You see, like, people are not gonna be supporting that.
Yeah.
But if you wanna be respected, yeah, sorry, my bad. If you wanna be respected,
I like all this advice. It's very valuable to, you know, stay consistency and not focus so much on like the hype. That's also I like.
no. Because this is the funny thing. Like even me, yeah, here I am. I'm like, I wonder who watched my music video. And then as soon as when I go out there, they're like, yo, bro, I like that song. That song was good. Oh, is this really you? Nah. This ain't you, man. This ain't you. And then therefore, those are the people that who never liked it or never shared or showed any support to any of my contents.
Yeah. Have you ever seen the post that says, when I post a picture, only like 10 people like it, but when I post a story, 3,000 people watch it. So people are watching, even though they don't like your stuff, they're watching.
They've been watching. Trust me, they've been watching. Like, honestly, all I can just say, consistency, quality of your own identity, you can make it far.
Yeah.
Like, surprisingly, I was actually watching Diamond like before I got into the interview. Hey, when he first started, I'm like, hi, Jesus.
Yo, we all start as a student and we become a master. So,
man, there you go. Like, it's just the consistency, just like what you're doing right now. Damn, girl, you're doing big.
If I told you where I started, you will even laugh. My first website looked so ghetto
that it even got away.
It had to go vanish. Like I had to delete.
Yeah, it was that ghetto that it even got away.
But I like how you mentioned consistency, because Neecee Lexy blog has been here since 2017, and it to a point where I had to go back to school to learn marketing, because I was like, if nobody's gonna teach,
we got something in common. I even had to go back to school, music,
because I'm like, I need to make sure this works. I gotta go learn it the proper way, the proper structure. I'm like, this is not a jollof rice type of business. So, and after going back and doing the marketing, that's why when I came back with the knowledge and everything now looks more, the content quality just went really good. And even late 2020, 2021, that's when my views start picking up like crazy. And now even increasing because people now finally catching up to it. But I've been here for almost 10 years.
I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. Low key, I am like your biggest little fan happening. Like, how do you call yourself, Miss? Is that Neecee or
Neecee Lexy?
Lexy, yeah, all right. Lexy, that's a nice name. Hey, here I am, with a little flag. Yeah, go, woo. Interview him. Interview them.
We got this. Before you know it, I have a lot of faith that this platform is going to be huge. So I'm just going to continue on working on it. And if anybody can watch this video today and learn from both of us, we each have to put in the work and stay consistent in the quality to make it happen. It's not an overnight job. And Zinga been doing it for almost 10 years plus. I seen your videos from early days. I did went on YouTube and I kind of like scoop around.
I'm not a fan. Low-key supporter.
I did saw the video you were doing it in high school back with like King Ali.
Oh yeah, that's the one.
Yes. And compared to like Inangero now. So yeah.
And then if you've even seen it, but yeah.
Yeah. So definitely time, consistency, and work does definitely resonate with like how you're gonna come up here. And my mentor always says, if you don't put effort on yourself, people won't put effort on you. So that's one thing.
I don't even know what else to say now.
So
I think it's time for them to go to church.
let's take hallelujah. Yeah, I really, really, really enjoyed this conversation that we have today, and I feel like there's a lot of negative knowledge that people can learn from it, as well as all these young artists who are trying to come in the game. They can hear it from somebody who done it for so many years and be like, hey, you know what? If he can do it, if he can put the consistent work, then I definitely can make it happen. So I just want to say thank you so much for being here today. I know you have to go to your family.
Bro,
I don't you anymore, but it's
I got friends in here, man.
I appreciate you being here today. Thank you.
No, all good. Nothing.